And the true freshman with Nemunitis standing at first base. Fastball got the outside corner for strike one. Again, beg your pardon, we are trying to deal with some technical difficulties. In fact, that is why my good friend Dylan took you through the top half of the second. Hopefully you enjoyed him. We are trying to deal with that as Rodriguez drives one out to deep center field. Back on the track will make the grab. Nemunitis will take a turn, head all the way back to first. That's a second shot that Xander Rodriguez has just come up shy by a couple of feet. He hit one in game one out to left field that missed just by about a couple of feet, and that one probably a good 5 feet. And here comes Matt Moore. Looks like we should be all good to go on the Tiger Sports Network, so we beg your pardon for the delay. If you're just joining us, we're in the bottom of the second. In a 1-1 game, Connor O'Malley just hit a solo home run to answer back a run that Dennison got in the top half of the inning. And there's one away here with Matt Moore standing in and Alex Nemunitis standing at first base, I beg your pardon.
We're going to try to give you a nice little quick play-by-play as that ball runs in. It looks as if it just missed Matt Moore, but
Moore just able to get out of the way.
But we're going to try to give you a nice little play-by-play as quickly as possible here to catch you guys up to speed. In the first inning, neither team was able to scratch or run across, but we'll go to the top of the first inning.
2-0, and this time it will hit Matt Moore.
As that one does hit Matt Moore. As Matt Moore, not a big fan of that one. Obviously, he's letting the catcher know, like, hey, it's all right, I understand. But
Matt Moore is saying something, now walking down to first base as well.
No ill will, I believe, just got away from running again. He had a couple has gotten away from him. But let's go into the top of the first inning. Top of the first inning, Eric Sundgren grounded up to the pitcher. Jack Liddy is able to double down the right field line. Colosso then struck out swinging, and then he reached to first base on a pass ball. Noah Lee flied out to center field, and then Jake Welsh flied out to center field. No runs scored, right? And then in the bottom of the first inning, we had Ben Seibert who singled to center. And then there was a weird ground-out bunt double play, right? Luke Thomas bunted for a sac bunt, got thrown out at first, and then Ben Seibert tried to advance to third base, who then got thrown out for a double play right there. Then Rocco Royer struck out swinging. In the top of the second inning, right, Colin Raven, he walked. Owen Wilson then reached on a fielder's choice as Raven was out to second base from the third baseman. Owen Wilson then stole second. Then we had Cade Noack, who then singled up the middle, in which Owen Wilson advanced to third base. Alex Vasquez would then hit by pitch, followed by Cade Noack advancing to second. Eric Sundgren then flied out to center field, which brought in the sac fly RBI, where Owen Wilson scored. And then Jack Ludy flied out to center field. And now right here in this one, Connor O'Malley hit that home run to right center that hit off of the center fielder's glove and bounced over the fence. Alex Nemunitis was then hit by a pitch, followed by a fly out by Xander Rodriguez at center field, and then Matt Moore just hit by a pitch. And now a strike right there on a slider on the inner half, and now we are up to date with Parker Griskovich up to the bat right now.
0-1 to Parker Griskovich as curveball got there right down the middle. Fastball left upstairs, and it's 1-1. And we beg your pardon with all the technical difficulties on the baseball side of things, and also dealing with some camera issues at softball as well. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Griskovich. Here's pitch, swing and a miss early on the curveball, and it's 1-2 on Griskovich. Griskovich hit that 2-run home run. Griskovich hit that 2-run home run back in the game 1 of this 2-game doubleheader. 1-2, the pitch. Fastball misses just upstairs. It's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes here on Griskovich. The pitch down in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Three and 2 on Griskovich with 1 out, 2 on. Reddick comes set. Will Reddick kick, steals, comes to the plate. Curveball got him swinging. Griskovich is down via the K. And that'll bring up James McCauley.
Good pitch right there from Reddick, the slider up in the zone, gets the swing and miss from Parker Griskovich. Now James McCauley, who we've seen have plenty of 2-out RBIs this season. Let's see if he can get himself another one right here.
Here comes James McCauley. Fastball got the outside part of the plate for strike 1. 0-1 now on James McCauley. 2 on and 2 out. McCauley has been very clutch hitting in the 9-hole this season. Flies this one out to right field. Right fielder will step up as Welsh will make the grab for out number 3. Damage done. Tigers get one off of a solo shot by Connor O'Malley. We're tied at 1. We head to the 3rd here on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. Folks, if you're on the Tiger Sports Network and want to watch the first 2 full innings of this game, head on over to the TKDS Sports Network YouTube, Facebook, or more. And there you can rewatch the first 2 innings. It was live up on those platforms the entire game. Tiger Sports Network just a little late getting up and getting going. So we beg your pardon with that, but it looks like we are full sail. We should be good. All the stress on the back end is out of our way. Now we could just enjoy talking and watching some baseball. We head to the 3rd, 1-1 game. As Luther back out on the mound. He's had to work himself out of a couple of jams. Worked himself out of a jam in the first. Slider, this one hung up in the air for Rocco Royer. Royer giving chase, going back. It's over his head and bounces up over the wall for an automatic ground rule double. It is a leadoff ground rule double for Dennison. As Eric Colasso put a good drive on that one. And Rocco Royer just lost it.
Yeah, Colasso got it off a little bit off the end of the bat right there. That's why he wasn't able to get the home run out of it, right? But Rocco Royer just not able to get under that one. That's one that if you're a pitcher, if you're Luther, you hope that your left fielder can get up under that one. Unfortunately, the wind just kept on taking. It was a little bit awkward for Royer out there and left for the leadoff double.
Fastball misses low by Luther. And Luther had to work himself out of a first-third situation in the first. He had to work himself out of a bases-loaded jam in the second, only allowing 1. He's only given up 3 hits. But here's Noah Lieb. Lieb with the power. Fastball misses downstairs, 2-0.
Good miss right there. Just Luther asking the umpire where it might have missed. Didn't like that call, obviously. Right, but now down 2-0 to a dangerous hitter with a good speed runner out in second base.
Colasso gets his lean off second. 2 balls and no strikes to Lieb. Lieb, ground ball. Rodriguez scoops it up. Will take it to first himself, a 3 unassisted for out number 1 of the inning. Continuing on, here comes Jake Welsh.
Good job by Luther getting that out right there. Good job by Xander fielding it. And a good at-bat by Lieb right there, moving Colasso over to third base with less than 2 outs now. Now, if you're Jake Welsh, you're just looking to hit a ball hard into the air, as the Wittenberg Tigers will be playing infield in right here, trying to prevent that run from scoring on a ground ball.
Oh, no, fastball way outside. Griskovich showing off the athleticism, able to get out there and glove it. And it's 1-0.
Look at Griskovich moving back there like a puma.
Welsh, he flew out to the center fielder Seibert in his last at-bat. That ended Denison's half of the first. Fastball paints the low inside corner for strike 1. It's 1-1.
Probably should have said a Tiger, right? That's a big cat. I don't know how I messed that one up.
1-1, nice front door slider. Luther got him looking. And Luther quickly ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield is in, 1-2 from Luther. Slider, this one hit pretty well, but in to the Wittenberg bullpen. If that was fair, it would have had the distance, no doubt about it. But pulled foul, nothing but a long strike there by Jake Welsh. And a runner stands at third. Wittenberg's defense and the infield still playing in. Luther from the windup. Kicks, steals, delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him swinging. Struck him out on the elevated slider for a huge out number 2 with a runner still standing at third base. And the infield will go back to normal depth position, and it will be a huge opportunity now for the Tigers to get out of another pickle.
We've talked about Luther's sweep and slider right there. That one stayed in the zone the entire time to the last second. Out of the zone, gets the swing and miss for a huge strikeout for out number 2.
One ball and no strikes. Luther to the plate. Runs inside. Fastball gets Colin Raven. And Raven will trot down to first base.
Luther has had some hit-by-pitch problems this season. Probably the highest that number's been in his career. But regardless, nothing hurt right there. Now you got to focus on this batter right here.
Here comes Nowick.
Owen
I beg your
Wilson.
pardon, it'll be Owen Wilson. So Owen Wilson will stand in with runners on the corners and 2 outs here in the top half of the third. 3 hits for Dennison in Game 2. They dropped Game 1 by a score of 10-7. Luther on the mound, jammed him a bit, popped up. Thomas ranging back. Thomas, a diving attempt. It's over his outstretched reach of his glove. Run into second base. Nobody covering the throw. No one there. It's not in time. A run will score for Dennison. Dennison will take a 2-1 lead. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the Big Red. With 2 outs, runners on second and third.
Just a ball hitting no man's land right there. Just out of the outstretched glove of Luke Thomas, who is battling a little bit of a limp. I think maybe if he was fully healthy right now, he might have been able to go and get that ball. But regardless, that is a big RBI right there for Owen Wilson.
Luther back to work. Fastball runs inside, and it's 1-0.
And now with that, and Owen Wilson being able to move up to second base, good base running, you now have 2 guys in scoring position still. A base hit will score 2 more runs.
1 ball and no strikes. Way outside, and it is 2-0.
If you're Luther, you got to just dig deep right here. Understand that that hit right there, not much you could do. Just got a little bit unlucky. Just got to battle back, attack, trust your stuff, and trust your defense.
2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position for Kay Nowick. Fastball runs too far inside, and it's now 3-0. And Luther has had to work himself out of jams so far today. In every single inning, he's only allowed 2. But a chance for that to increase. Another fastball runs inside, and he's walked the bases loaded with Vasquez coming up.
Luther just not fully finding the zone, commanding it great right now. He's right around the zone, just needs to get that command a little bit up in order to get this big out number 3 and prevent any more runs from coming in to score. As we will have Coach Wagner, the pitching coach for the Tigers, come out to talk to Luther and the defense. Just get his head straight a little bit. Give Kyle Mahan, who's out in the bullpen, a little bit more time to get some throws in. Don't think they'll go to him yet, but just give him more time to warm up, give Luther a little chance to regroup, find his groove a little bit.
So a mound visit now with Austin Luther. And a bases-loaded situation with 2 men down. Here's the number 9 batter in the order, and Dennison has a huge opportunity to do damage. Alex Vasquez will stand in, and he has struggled so far this season. But with that being said, still a player that can find ways on base. And with the top of the order on deck, Luther is going to have to attack Alex Vasquez.
Obviously, when you're on a team like Dennison and you're in the lineup every single day, you bring value, right? And he brings value by getting on base, playing really good defense, getting some big hits, I'm sure. And here's another opportunity for him right here to get a big one in a game in which every run's going to matter, as we saw in game number 1.
Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the third. 4 hits for Dennison. Luther from the windup kicks, deals, and plunked him in the back of the head. Fastball got away from Luther. A run will score. Dennison will take a 3-1 lead, and we're back to the top of the order now with Sundgren.
That's one right there. If you're Luther and you see a guy bunt for hit with 2 outs, bases loaded, as a defense and as a pitcher, you got to be salivating, right? You got to be thinking, oh, that's a free out. We'll take that every time. I trust my third baseman to make a play. And because Luther just cannot seem to find the zone efficiently enough, Coach McGee will be going to Kyle Mahan early in this game, as we will see an early pull of Austin Luther here in game number 2.
So Luther, his day will come to a close. Bases loaded as here comes Kyle Mahan. Mahan, the hard right-handed thrower for the Wittenberg Tigers, will check into the game. 3-1, Dennison leads here in the third. We'll be back on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS, a Tiger call to the bullpen. Kyle Mahan will take over on the mound, one of Wittenberg's most trusty relief pitchers, 165 ERA through 16 and a third of an inning. Opponent's batting average against him just .217. The hard-throwing right-handed pitcher takes over at a bit of a jam with bases loaded, 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order to Eric Sundgren.
Mahan, one of the go-to pen guys this year, coming in a little bit earlier than the Tigers would have liked. Obviously not because of Mahan, but just you would have hoped that Luther could have went a little bit deeper. Just didn't have the stuff today, so they're going to rely on Kyle Mahan and see how deep he can go.
3-1 the score. Here's the pitch from Mahan, and it's low and inside for ball one. Luther had to work himself out of a jam, it seems like, each and every inning. We'll have his final stat line once it is set in stone because all the runners on base are his responsibility. 1-0 on Sundgren. Mahan kicks, steals to the plate, fastball left outside, and it's 2-0.
Got to have an attack pitch right here. Do not want to fall down 3-0. Let another free pass. Too many free passes so far in this game for the Wittenberg Tigers.
2 balls and no strikes. Mahan comes set on the rubber. Bases loaded. Kicks, deals to the plate. It's down and in, and it's 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. Mahan to the plate. Fastball down and inside. Got the corner for strike one, 3-1.
Sometimes all it takes is one. Let's see if he can bounce back from that and continue to throw strikes and command the zone.
Three balls and one strike. The pitch from Mahan, up and away. And he walks in a run. Ball four, take your base. Sundgren reaches on a walk. Run will score for Dennison. It's now 4-1. As the Tigers have fallen behind early with a 3-run third inning now for Dennison.
For the Tigers, you really need to limit the damage right here. You really want to do whatever you can to not allow another run to score. Don't let this inning explode on you.
Here comes Jack Ludy. Nice curveball by Mahan. First time we've seen that breaker today. Drops in there right down Broadway for strike one. Ludy hit a double his last time up. I'm sure he would absolutely love to hit another double here. 0-1 here on Jack Ludy. Mahan to the plate. Fastball taken low. It's 1-1. One ball and one strike on Jack Ludy. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Mahan to the plate. Ludy dribbles this one. Foul. Mahan way ahead, now 1-2.
Good job by Mahan right there to bounce back, get ahead in this count. Still got to finish the at-bat, though. Execute a good pitch right here.
Ludy has been great on 2 strikes this season. It's 1-2 now on Jack Ludy with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Mahan to the plate. Hit on the ground, a second. Thomas gloves it, throws to Rodriguez. Side is retired. Damage done. Dennison gets 3. We head to the bottom of 3. 4-1. Big Red on top of the Tigers. Back to the top of the order for the Tigers. Ben Seibert, Luke Thomas, and Rocco Royer all due up here in the home half of the third, after Dennison struck for 3 in the top half. Standing into the batter's box, here's Seibert. Seibert hit a single his last time up, and then Luke Thomas dropped that sacrifice bunt. Seibert tried to go first to third, and he was thrown out there. First pitch fastball misses downstairs by Reddick, followed up with a fastball that got the outer third of the plate, and it's now 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Ben Seibert. Pitch, fastball, got the outer third again, and it's 1-2.
Reddick has a little funky arm motion, right? Hides the ball well coming through. Good two-seam action, working well on those backdoor outside pitches on the fastball.
Reddick on the 1-2. Half time, a bit too far outside, and it's 2-2. Austin Luther, his final stat line, 2 2/3, 4 earned runs. As a breaking ball fouled off, just got a piece of it. Able to find it off was Ben Seibert.
Great battle right there, just getting enough, getting a piece to stay alive right here.
2-2. Here's the pitch to Seibert. On the ground, down the third base line, foul. Two and two. We'll do it again on Seibert. 6th pitch of the at-bat. 7th pitch, I beg your pardon. Got him on the sweeping curveball and then tagged out. So Seibert's a strikeout victim to begin the home half of the third, and we're roll on over to Luke Thomas.
Luke Thomas had the awkward sack bunt double play that happened in his first at-bat.
Thomas will stand in. First pitch from Reddick, smoked into right field, and it's going to be trouble. Down all the way to the fence. Thomas takes a turn. He's running hard to second. Here comes the throw, not in time. Thomas is in there with a 1-out double. Put the ball on a rope down the right field line, and Luke Thomas gives the Tigers some life here with 1 out in the bottom of the third, and here comes Rocco Royer.
Luke Thomas with another double to his all-time total. Climbing up those marks as well. Luke Thomas just doing what he does. A nice line drive right there to get a guy on second base to start off this inning with 1 out.
So Rocco Royer now will stand in with a runner in scoring position. First pitch, slider breaks away, and it's 1-0. Rocco Royer started off game 1 slow. Then he had a double and a huge single in his last 2 at-bats of the game. He was a strikeout victim his last time up. Slider didn't break enough, and it's 2-0. 2-0 on Rocco Royer. Connor O'Malley stands on deck. He hit that solo home run his last time up. With Thomas at second, Royer drives this one foul down the right field line.
Just a quick reminder, again, if you missed the first 2 innings and you want to go back and watch those will be on the TKDS YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, all those platforms. You want to go back and watch those first 2 innings.
2-1. Fastball swung on and missed. Elevated fastball, got him swinging at eye level, and it's 2-2. Two and two on Rocco Royer. 1 on, 1 out. Reddick, plate, curveball, just got a piece of it, fights it off foul.
Good job by Royer staying alive right there, just getting enough to keep this at-bat going. Looking to find some grass here and score LT from second base.
2-2. Fastball got the outside corner, strike 3. Royer's down via the punch-out. Second time he's struck out in game 2. And here comes Connor O'Malley. O'Malley with a runner in scoring position hit that solo home run in the second inning his last time up. A leadoff solo home run in the second. At the time, it made it a 1-1 game before Dennison answered with 3 in the third. Curveball broke too far inside on O'Malley, and it's 1-0. Big opportunity here for O'Malley, especially with Luke Thomas standing on second base after that 1-out double. 1-0 to O'Malley. O'Malley turning on the fastball, and it's 1-1. 1-1 on Connor O'Malley. Fastball misses downstairs, 2-1. Wittenberg, the first 5 innings of game number 1, they put up at least 1 run before they were held in check with only 1 run over the last 3 innings. This one smoked on the ground. It gets by the first baseman. Rolls all the way down into the corner. Thomas is going to score. O'Malley stays at first. It is a 2-out RBI single off the bat of Connor O'Malley. His second hit of the ball game and his second RBI as well.
Connor O'Malley with another RBI, like you just said, a rocket down the first base line, getting past the glove of Lieb. That is Connor O'Malley, 117th career RBI, which puts him at 4th all-time, or puts him at 5th all-time. 4th all-time is actually his teammate, Matthew Moore. Matt Moore has 118, right? So those two are continuing to battle on the RBI list.
Here comes Alex Nemunitis. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. It was a scary situation as it got him in the helmet. Got him in the brim of the helmet. He went down, able to pop right back up, and then was pointing at his helmet saying, "It just hit me there." Waved off the trainer, and he was able to remain in the ballgame. 1-1, first pitch fastball is down Broadway. Second pitch followed up with a curveball that broke too far outside. Reddick on the mound with 2 outs. O'Malley on first. Another curveball got Nemunitis out in front of it, and it's 1-2.
Good pitch right there from Reddick, going with the curveball right there. As you said, got him just out in front, and now way ahead of this at-bat, 1-2.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Alex Nemunitis. Here's the pitch. Fastball just outside. Just missed. 2-2. All of the Dennison infield was starting to walk themselves in. Thought it for sure it was going to be strike 3, but it was not. 2-2. O'Malley takes off. Swing and a miss. Not a piece of it, but back into the catcher's mitt. As Nemunitis is down on strikes, Wittenberg tacks on 1. They cut into this deficit. It's 4-2. We're going to the 4th here on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS. Middle of the order coming up for Dennison. We'll start with Eric Colasso. As Colasso followed by Noah Lieb and then Jake Welsh will face Kyle Mahan. Smoked on the ground is short. McCauley plays it on the hop. We'll throw on over to Rodriguez. 1 pitch, and the leadoff man is retired here in the away half of the 4th.
Good job by McCauley right there. Getting rid of it quick, not even taking an extra shuffle, just fielding it and throwing it, knowing Colasso's speed down the line to get him by a couple of steps. And a good, efficient start to this inning right here by Kyle Mahan.
Here comes Noah Lieb. Lieb flew out to the center fielder his first time round. He is 0 for 2 so far today. Mahan to the plate. Another curveball. That one might have missed just downstairs. Can't quite see where that missed from up here in the press box, but it's 1-1. 1-1, Mahan to the plate. Fastball got him inside and fouled back 1-2.
Good pitch right there after the curveball away and down. Going with the fastball in on the hands. Lieb can only pull that pitch foul, and now it's a 1-2 count.
1-2. Here's the pitch from Mahan in the air out into left field. It's going to be a base hit on a 1-2 count. Got him with the outside fastball. Leave a nice piece of hitting, able to take it into left field between the 5-6 hole. And with one out, Lieb with a single. Here comes Welsh.
Good hand-eye coordination there from Lieb, just sticking the bat out, getting barrel on it, and finding that 5-6 hole on the line drive to get the first runner on in this inning.
So Jake Welsh will stand in with 1 on and 1 out. Fastball at the inner third of the plate for strike 1. Welsh stands in. He's 0 for 2. 0-1. Mahan to the plate. Saws him off with another inside fastball, and it's 0-2 now on Welsh. Welsh way down in the count. Just joining us, Wittenberg won Game 1, 10-7 against Dennison. Wittenberg favoring a 12-game winning streak. Here's the pitch. Mahan misses outside. Dennison, the number 2 team in the entire nation. Wittenberg in Game 2 looking to go for the sweep, but it's 4-2 here in the top of the 4th. 1-2, Mahan comes set. Kicks, steals, comes to the plate. Hit pretty high, up into left field. Rocco Royer drives in on it. Makes the grab for out number 2. Continuing on, now batting will be Colin Raven.
Good job of Mahan getting Welsh out in front as he hits it off the end of the bat, as Rocco Royer is able to maneuver his way under that one for out number 2.
So now continuing on, here's Colin Raven. Raven didn't play Game 1. Got the start at the catcher position here for Game 2 as Ludi was moved to the designated hitter. Dennison changed up their lineup just a tad, switching Colascio and Ludi. Blosey got a day off for Game 2. Sundgren is in the leadoff spot. A nice breaking ball there. Got the outside corner. Mahan quickly ahead now, 0-2. 0-2. Mahan comes set on the rubber. Kicks, deals with 2 outs. The pitch, fastball down and away for ball 1. One ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. Hit the other way pretty well. O'Malley heading back. It's over his head. It's going to bounce up against the wall. O'Malley quickly gets there, throws it in. Wave is on. Here comes the throw. Thomas airmails it all the way to Mahan, and a run will score. If that throw was on the mark, they would have had a chance to get Lieb. But Lieb will score all the way from first, and just a tough play for the Tigers all around. O'Malley took his first step in instead of going back. Got burned on that one, and then Thomas airmails the ball thrown to home plate. If it was on the mark, he would have had a chance to get Lieb at home, but it was not, and a 2-out RBI double puts Dennison back up by 3, and here comes Owen Wilson.
It's a big 2-out run right there. We've talked about him before, right? Preventing 2-out runs. Huge for Dennison right there is another bunt for hit try with 2 outs. I'm not a fan of that, in my opinion. I'd rather you had Owen Wilson, who had an RBI single in the first at-bat. Go up there looking to swing. Don't put it on the next guy. Go up there, trust your ability, find a hole.
5-2 the score. 1-0 now on Owen Wilson. Wilson drives this one into left field. Royer giving chase. Royer has it in its sights, will make the play. Dennison strikes for 1, their 3rd consecutive inning where they've gotten a run. It's 5-2. Dennison, the Big Red on top of the Tigers. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. 6, 7, 8 coming up for the Tigers. Xander Rodriguez, Matt Moore, Parker Griskovich in the home half of the fourth. Going up against Will Reddick. Reddick has had his way so far with the Wittenberg lineup. Has only allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. And 2 of those hits and 1 of those runs came in the previous inning. Reddick to the plate. Rodriguez flies this one sky high into straightaway center field. And standing under it is Sundgren. And Sundgren will make the grab for out number 1. And here comes Matt Moore.
Just missed that one if you're Xander. That's when he's going to want back. Just missed a good pitch to hit. Nonetheless, now Matt Moore comes up with 1 out, trying to get things started.
Xander Rodriguez has missed on just a couple of pitches today. He also hit that one to the deepest part of the park. Fastball down Broadway for strike 1. Matt Moore, the DH. Had a great game in game number 1, a couple of RBIs. And in the count now, 0-1. So far in this one, Matt Moore is not registered an actual at-bat. 2-1.
Matt Moore got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Right on the shoulder.
Said something on the way down to the first base as well. Hit on the ground, up the middle. Slow roller, second baseman has it, throws across the diamond. The pick is in time. Matt Moore's retired. 2 up, 2 down here for the Tigers in their half of the fourth. As Griskovich comes to the batter's box.
No leave, great job finishing the play right there at first base, getting that pick. One of the more sure-handed first base when it comes to picking baseballs over there. And a good play by Vasquez. As we said, the sure gloved second baseman makes a good play for out number 2.
Griskovich struck out his first time round. Reddick will pump the middle with a fastball for strike 1. Oh, and 1 on Griskovich. Another fastball up the middle. Reddick makes a play. Will take it on over. Flips to the first baseman for a 1-3 ground out, and 1-2-3 go the Tigers. We're going to the 5th. 5-2. Dennison on top of Wittenberg. We'll be back on Tigers Sports Network, powered by TKDS. Bottom of the order, we're swinging back to the top in this inning for Dennison as Caden Elwick will lead things off, followed by Vasquez and then Sundgren. As Mahan will work himself back out there. First pitch from Mahan, fastball fouled back to the backstop, and it's 0-1.
Cleaner game so far in terms of errors by both sides. I believe there are 6 errors in game number 1 combined. No errors on the board right now, I believe.
Here's the pitch. Mahan, Nowick will drive this one down the right field line, and it will go out of play. Foul ball. Bark in the Park Day here at Carlton-Davidson Stadium. A couple of dogs in attendance. So if you hear the background barking, that's what it is. 1-1, misses down and away. I mean, name a better event than being able to come watch a baseball game such as this one. A game with a lot of implications, fouled back to the backstop. But also on top of that, you have dogs running around.
Oh, yeah, of course. Nothing like
bring your dog to the ballpark.
Nothing like a good
Beautiful
old
day.
furry buddy to be around. You see the dogs down there on the third base side, down the right field line. Dogs all over the place.
1-2. Mahan to the plate. Dribbler out to Nemunitis. Nemunitis on the short hop. Plays it, throws to Rodriguez, and got him in time. And the leadoff man is retired. A nice play there by Alex Nemunitis and a great pick there by Xander Rodriguez. Going back to the whole dog situation, I'm sure the dogs love being out here as well. They get to see balls fly around. Every once in a while, a foul ball will come out into the stands that they can chase.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like it. Nothing like coming to see a baseball game for humans and your fur-lined friends. But a great play by Alex Nemunitis, like you said. Good job coming up and getting it, getting that short in-between hop and making the throw on the run, making it look easy for out number 1.
Mahan kicks, steals, comes to the plate, fouled back and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike on Alex Vasquez. Vasquez saw 1 pitch in his first at-bat, or in his last at-bat, and he was hit. That was Austin Luther's last batter he faced as it drove in a run. Nice breaking ball there, in there for a strike. 1-2. The pitch from Mahan outside, 2-2. Nobody warming up in the Tigers bullpen. Dennison's bullpen pretty clean as well. 2-2, Mahan to the plate. Slider almost got him to bite. But we've gone full on Alex Vasquez. Full count here on Vasquez. Pitch, fastball upstairs. And they lost them. Vasquez will draw the 1-out walk. Back to the top of the order to Sundgren.
That's a frustrating one for Mahan. As you see him visibly frustrated, being ahead in the count against the 9-hitter and then walking him and then getting to the top, obviously. But got to dial back in here, make some good pitches, command the zone, maybe get a ground ball and get out of it in 1 pitch anyways.
They're checking back to first. He'll be back safely. So Sundgren will stand into the batter's box. He has a pair of RBIs so far today in game number 2. He had a couple of RBIs in game 1 as well, and he puts a drive into this one, deep right field, but will go foul. He put a hefty charge into that one, but it was well foul. No question whether it was gone. It was just how far would it drift over with the wind pushing it that way. 1-1, nothing but a long stride here on Sundgren. Mahan comes set, comes to the plate, goes the other way with it and fouls it back down the left field line, and Mahan again, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff man, Sundgren. Vasquez gets his lead off first. Second time he's been on today. They're checking back. He's back safe. One and two. Mahan to the plate. Hit the other way. Down the left field line. It's going to drop. Royer's going to cut it off. Going first to third. Well, it'll be Vasquez. Royer had some problems with it. They throw it back in. McCulley was able to cut it right before Vasquez took off for home. Royer had some troubles with it. In the meantime, we'll see Sundgren advance to second base. And Dennison, they're threatening once again with runners in scoring position at second and third. And now here comes Ludi.
Not a bad pitch right there from Mahan. A fastball up in the zone. Sundgren is able to get on top and hit a line drive the other way for that double. Obviously, as we said, the thing that's going to go back to bite Mahan is falling down in the counts and then walking that 9-hole hitter while being up in the count, right? Now you have to do whatever you can now. 2 guys in scoring position. You have 2, 3, 4 coming up to prevent these runs from coming in to score.
Runners on second and third with 1 out. Nice off speed. Got the inner half of the plate, and it's strike 1.
Mahan's a guy with multiple off-speed pitches. You'll see a changeup, curveball, slider, multiple different pitches. different fastballs as well. Guy who mixes up his pitches very well.
Ludi doubled his first time up. Didn't come across the score, but he's 1 for 3 today. Fouls this one right into the dirt, and Mahan has him right where he wants him, 0-2. A strikeout here would go a long way for the Tigers. Nothing and 2 now on the designated hitter, Jack Ludi. Mahan to the plate. This one hit pretty well out into right center field. Seibert going back, looking up. It's off the fence. 2 runs are going to score. Ludi's going to cruise into second. He's going to stay put at second. It is a 2-run RBI double off the bat of Jack Ludi off the wall in right center field. Dennison has opened up this one to a 7-2 lead. And Wittenberg has some action in the bullpen.
Ball just flying out low right now. Ben Seibert didn't think it would hit that far, but the ball just had good backspin, kept on going. And that ball hits off the wall in right center field. Very good piece of hitting by Ludi. And now Colosso comes up with another guy in scoring position. As that is Mikey Eichhoff, the left-handed pitcher that is down in the bullpen for the Wittenberg Tigers.
Mahan will come to the plate. Popped him up. Drifting back and out of play. 7-2 the scorer here in the top of the 5th. Denison on top of Wittenberg after Wittenberg took game 1 10-7. Will Reddig on the other bump for Denison has been about picture perfect. 0-1 after the foul ball. Slider breaks outside, got him swinging, and it's 0-2.
Very good slider right there from Mahan. Getting ahead in the count, 0-2.
Nothing in 2. Mahan comes set with a runner standing at second base. With 1 out, the pitch. Got him looking. Painted the inside corner with a fastball down and in. And draw up a backwards K down via the punch out. There goes Colosso, and here comes Noah Lieb with 2 down in the inning.
That was actually a front door slider right there from Mahan. Very good pitch to freeze Colosso. Colosso didn't like the call, but umpire gives it anyways. Just got the corner on the inside half. Big strikeout right there from Kyle Mahan.
Lieb will stand in. We'll look at a fastball that's down in the dirt. Griskovich will come away with it, 1-0. You're on Noah Lieb, the power hitter, the power hitting first baseman. Lieb, he is 1 for 3 in this one. Had to hit his last at bat. Came across and scored as well.
The senior first baseman hit his 12th career home run in game number 1.
1-0. Breaking ball in there for strike 1, and it's 1-1. Tigers are going to have some catching up to do. They should have 9-1-2 coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. They trail 7-2. Mahan to the plate. And it's low, 2-1.
We talked about Dennison playing clean baseball and pitching really well, right? That's the recipe for success this season. And they're playing a much cleaner ball game as you see in game number 2. Wittenberg has to clean their mistakes up without any of the free passes and then take advantage of everything they can offensively to try to cut into this lead.
2 balls and 1 strike. Mahan to the plate. Inside, it's 3-1.
And even stuff like this, right? Like stuff like falling behind the count against good hitters, right? Even obviously it doesn't go down as an error or anything like that, but that can come back to bite you. Not being efficient, getting ahead in the count, keeping hitters off balance.
3-1 on Noah Lieb. Ludi gets his lead off second. Lieb fouls this one straight back out of play. It's 3-2.
Good fastball at the top of the zone right there from Mahan. Getting Lieb to foul it straight back. And now getting the count to 2 strikes at 3-2.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Mahan comes set on the mound. With 2 outs, the pitch. Backdoor slider. Got him looking. Lieb is down via the backwards K, and Mahan works himself out of a jam. Dennison gets 2. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Dennison leads by 5. McCulley, and then we're going back to the top of the order with Seibert and Thomas. Tigers, they trail by 5. They put up goose egg in the last inning, and they put up a goose egg in the first. They had the solo home run in the second by Connor O'Malley, and then they were able to plate a run to make it 4-2 at the time. In the bottom of the third, McCulley swings at an elevated fastball for strike 1. Tigers, they just have not been able to string together many hits. Only 4 hits after they had quite a bit of hits in game number 1.
I believe they had 10 hits in game number 1, maybe even more. Scored 10 runs as well. Right, obviously a very good pitcher in Reading coming up right here.
1-1, McCulley pops it up. Dropped his shoulder, got under it. First baseman drifts over. Into foul ground. Lieb will make the catch for out number 1.
We also talked about in game number 1, Dennison made more mistakes than they normally have throughout the season and in years past, right? A lot of mistakes in game number 1, which then cost them runs as the Tigers were able to take advantage of it, and then also had a very good offensive game, obviously. And then having a guy like Falter who had his first real start back in a couple of months, obviously he was a little rusty, hit some batters, walked some guys. Playing cleaner baseball, Dennison, right here in game number 2.
Slider misses below the zone for ball 1 as here comes Ben Seibert. Seibert drills this one, takes it the other way, but well foul, and it's 1-1. Seibert, the center fielder, has made a couple of great plays out in center field today, both in game 1 and in game 2. Rettig to the plate, fastball just missed outside, and it's 2-1.
Raven, the new catcher in this game, does a very good job with his framework. Very good job sticking the ball, trying to make pitches look like strikes.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Seibert evens it up now at 2-2. 2-2. Will Rettig working with some tempo. Kicks, deals, delivers. And a breaking ball fouled back to the backstop. We're due the 2-2 again.
Great job right there from Ben Seibert, fouling that inside curveball off. That's a tough pitch to do anything with. Doing a great job staying alive.
2-2. Here is the pitch on Seibert. Outside, high and away. We've gone full. Seibert, he's got some speed if he were to reach. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rettig looks in, has his sign. Here's the payoff. The pitch. Fouled, and we're doing it again. Good battle here by Ben Seibert. We're waiting to see who comes away with it. 3-2. Rettig to the plate. Fouled back. And out of play. We're to the 3-2 again.
Very good at bat here from Ben Seibert, working the count here. See if he can finish it off on top, getting on base.
3-2, Rettig. Again with the 3-2. And a front door breaking ball. Got the strike zone. Seibert visibly upset with the call. But a backwards K for Seibert. 2 up, 2 down here in the home half of the 5th.
Seibert thought it was a little bit inside. Obviously, as you saw, did not like the call. But regardless, that is strike number 3 for the second out of the inning.
So Thomas stands in. Thomas got under it, pops it up. Shallow right field. Second baseman drifts over, makes the play. Side is retired. Back-to-back innings. The Tigers have gone 1-2-3. We go to the 6th. 7-2. Dennison leads. Southpaw pitcher Mikey Eichhoff on the mound for the Tigers, making his 11th appearance of the season, his 9th appearance out of the bullpen. Eichhoff a 5.55 ERA through 24 and a third. Opponent's batting average at 297. He'll come in to try to hold Dennison in check. As we enter the 6th inning, 7-2 the score. Dennison on top of the Tigers. Tigers have not been able to get anything going on offense. In fact, it has been now back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for the Wittenberg Tigers. So defense at a must now for the Tigers. Eichhoff's first pitch of his outing gets the outer third of the plate for strike one.
Yeah, definitely. If you're the Tigers, you got to hope you can get some zeros. Do whatever you can to keep yourselves in this ball game. Don't let Dennison run away with it.
0-1. Pitch popped him up, drifting back into no man's land. Rodriguez drifts back in foul ground. Will make the grab. 1 up, 1 down for Mikey Eichhoff. And continuing on down the order, here comes Colin Raven.
And that's a great start right there. Mikey getting an efficient out right there to start off his day for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning.
Wittenberg still a couple of tough teams yet to play on the season. As Raven stands in, first pitch fastball down the middle for strike one. Wittenberg will be back in action on Tuesday in a 2-game doubleheader against DePaul. DePaul comes to town. So that's about just as big as a series as this series is as well, especially with what DePaul's been able to do in the NCAC, right there in the thick of things with these two teams, Dennison and Wittenberg.
Oh, yeah. In the NCAC, you have 9 teams, I believe, and Wittenberg obviously had played 5 different series leading into this game against Dennison. Those 5 series were against the bottom 5 teams in the conference, right? The rest of their conference games are against the top 4 teams, right? Obviously, they were able to get game number 1 against Dennison, which puts them in first place right now. But a big finish to the end of the season for Wittenberg.
And, of course, they'll go on the road to play Kenyon for the last weekend of the series.
Who's in the 4 seed right now when it comes down to the conference standings.
2-2 outside, and it's 3-2.
As 4 teams make it to the NCAC tournament each year. So as of right now, it looks like if it were to end today, it'd be Wittenberg 1, DePaul 2, Denison 3.
Hit in the air, out to shallow center field. Seibert came charging up, couldn't get there in time. It'll drop in for a 1-out single for Colin Raven. That'll bring up Owen Wilson.
But as I was saying, if it was to end today, it'd be Wittenberg in the 1 seed, DePaul in the 2, Denison in the 3, and Kenyon in the 4, right? And for the Wittenberg Tigers, they face Denison here today, DePaul in their next series, and then Kenyon right after that, right? So a big finish to the Wittenberg Tigers schedule.
Runner goes. Never mind, it's a fake steal. The throw down, the slap tag got away from Rodriguez. Back in there safely. Pitch was called a strike. It was a fake steal attempt. And it's 0-1 now on Owen Wilson, the shortstop, who's put together a productive day both in Game 1 and Game 2. 0-1 as Eichhoff comes set on the rubber. Comes to the plate. Fastball got the inside corner for strike 2, and Eichhoff way ahead, 0-2. Eichhoff quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Comes set on the mound. Sidesteps to the plate. Dribbler between third and short. The throw to second in time. Nemunitis with a terrific play, able to just toss it over to Thomas, who was there covering. No chance at 2, but Nemunitis takes the easy out at second. For out number 2, it's a fielder's choice. And 1 on with 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th in a game where Dennison leads 7-2.
Great job by Alex Nemunitis right there. Getting the out right in front of him, the short distance on a tough backhand flip as that ball comes in and hits. Nowick right there as he's limping on down there right now, but he will take the free pass. And right there, we talk about not allowing 2-out runs, and right just like that, you got 2 outs, and now you move a guy into scoring position for free. Mikey Eichhoff now having to do whatever he can to not let that come back to bite him.
We're moving on to the bottom of the order now. It's Alex Vasquez. So Vasquez will stand into the batter's box. First pitch from Vasquez got the upper half of the zone for strike one.
When looking at the NCAC too, when you look at the standings, the top three seeds seem to be pretty locked in which the three teams in which will be in the tournament, just based on how many games are left in each team's schedule. In Wittenberg, DePaul, and Denison don't know what order that will be. That fourth spot is a little interesting as there are a couple of teams fighting for that spot as well. But looking throughout the NCAC for game number two all across, you have Worcester and Hiram in a game that's 7-5 in the bottom of the sixth with Worcester leading. Kenyon is up 5-0 against DePaul in game number 2.
1-1. Got the inside corner, make it 1-2 now on Vasquez.
And Wabash is up 7-1 against Oberlin, as Wabash is another team who's fighting for that fourth seed. Along with Kenyon, who is leading right now. Worcester and Hiram are both around there, same with Ohio Wesleyan. So a lot of stuff could still pan out in the rest of the season.
Dribbler up the middle, Thomas diving play, got it, scoops it over to McCauley. Oh, what a great play by Thomas. Thomas was able to make a terrific play. He came down sliding on his neck. He's grabbing his neck. Invisible discomfort, but he's able to flip it up over to McCauley for out number 3. A great play by the upperclassman. And the side is retired. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Wittenberg has some catching up to do. 5-2 ball game. 7-2 ball game. Beg your pardon. Tigers need to get some runs. The last couple of innings, they've been held in check. 1, 2, 3. And here comes Rocco Royer to the dish to lead things off against Reddick. And Will Reddick will throw a fastball right down Broadway for strike number 1. This one hit pretty well. Royer sends a charge, going back, looking up, and it is gone. Off the light pole, a big fly off the bat of Rocco Royer. He demolished that ball. And the Tigers played a run to draw closer at 7-3 in the bottom of the 6th.
I think that hit off the top of the fence, then off the light pole, and then bounced back in. But regardless, another home run for the Wittenberg Tigers and another home run for Rocco Royer. As that is Rocco Royer's, that is his 4th home run of the year. I believe that might be his 10th of his career. I will check on that.
And here comes Connor O'Malley.
That is the 9th home run in Rocco's career, so congrats to Rocco Royer. Staying convicted, hitting a nice hard line drive on a hanging breaking ball right there.
Fouled back and out of play. In fact, that will end the 7 consecutive players that were retired from Reddick. Last time Wittenberg had a base hit or have a runner reach base was back in the bottom of the 3rd. And what a way to snap out of that 7 consecutive retired by Reddick. It's a solo shot by O'Malley. Pitch catcher could not hang on to, bounces away. It's 3-1 now on Connor O'Malley.
That is also the 35th home run for the Tigers this season, which ties the mark for the most home runs in a single season in program history by a team. So this Tigers offense, as we talked about, one of the most electrifying offenses you'll see, and it looks like they might be getting something going here as O'Malley now gets on with nobody out with a very good hitter up in Alex Nemunitis.
So here comes Alex Nemunitis. Nemunitis will stand into the batter's box after a walk there to Connor O'Malley. No action in Dennison's bullpen, so it could be a big inning for the Tigers if they can continue. Fastball misses outside. Taken for a ball, 1-0 on Alex Nemunitis.
As you said, Reddick has been pitching really well. He's given up a couple of those homers, right? But 3 earned runs, 5 innings pitched, only 5 hits. And he struck out 6 as well in those 5 innings. So they're trusting this guy right now to keep on going.
Front door, breaking ball, got the strike. And it is now 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
Slider right there at the top of the zone. Nemo just swings right through it.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Alex Nemunitis. A pitch to Nemo, and Nemo swung right through it. Elevated fastball, got him to swing. And it is 1 out in the inning. Here comes Xander Rodriguez with Connor O'Malley standing at first base.
That's a big strikeout right there if you're Reddick in the big red. Boost the confidence a little bit. Get that big first out of this inning.
First pitch to Rodriguez. Rodriguez popped it up. Foul ground. Third baseman drifts over. And the third baseman, Cade Nowick, will make the grab for round number 2.
It looked like for a quick second the third baseman didn't see it. He put his arms up, asking where it was. Good job sticking with it through the sun and getting that out right there for the second out of the inning. Matt Moore now looking to keep this going and not just let it only be run to come in this inning.
Here comes Matt Moore. Matt Moore will stand in. First pitch down the middle for strike 1. We've talked about Matt Moore. He's had a couple of base hits so far today, both in game 1. And Moore swings at the elevated fastball, 0-2.
Right now you got Justin Kreller out in the bullpen for the Tigers. Don't know if he'll be coming in next inning or if they'll stay with Ike off. But another lefty out in the bullpen for the Wittenberg Tigers.
0-2, the pitch to Moore. Fastball just missed outside. Catcher wasn't set up in a great spot to frame that ball. And it's 1-2.
Good 0-2 pitch right there. Work that fastball off the zone away. Let's see if they now try to sequence that with a slider away off of that tunnel.
1-2, runner goes, swing and a miss. Moore down via the punch out, got him on the breaking ball. And the sign is retired, damage done. Tigers get 1 in the bottom of the 6th. They claw back, it's 7-3. We're going to the 7th here on the Tigers Sports Network, powered by TKDS. New pitcher for the Wittenberg Tigers, Justin Kreller, will check into the ballgame. Kreller, a 1.69 ERA through 5 1/3 this season. He has opponents' batting average .292 against him. Will stand in on top of the rubber as first pitch smoked on a line and down the right field line. Xander Rodriguez couldn't get there, taking the turn, heading to second. Here comes the throw, is not in time. He's in under the tag. O'Malley gave him a chance, but he was just in under the tag. First pitch, and a leadoff double there from Eric Sundgren. And here comes Jack Ludy.
Great throw from O'Malley. It just hopped up just a little bit too high off of the dirt. If it would have stayed low, it would have had a real chance, but just because it was a little too high, just a little bit too far of a tag down for McCulley.
So now the Tigers are going to have to work around that leadoff double as Jack Ludy will stand into the batter's box. It was top of the order coming up for the Tigers. They turn over to Kreller, and Kreller has been pretty solid so far this season. Fastball left outside, and it is 1-0.
Kreller's had a very good senior season, as you said, the 1.69 ERA. Different look, left-handed pitcher with two lefties coming up at the top.
1-0. Here's the pitch from Kreller, showing bunt. Bunts this one down the third base line, foul. And it's 1-2.
I believe that was the first strike.
Yes, 1-2. Or 1-1, beg your pardon. 1 ball and 1 strike. You're on Jack Ludy. Pitch from Kreller. Breaking ball, breaks outside, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike on Ludy, the designated hitter. Here in the 7th, 7-3, Dennison leads. Pitch, swing and a miss. Elevated fastball. And it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes on Ludy. Kreller looks in, gets his sign, comes to the plate. Another breaking ball, popped him up. Drifting back into no man's land. McCulley drifts over. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Tigers get a much needed out and not a productive out. As now we move into the number 3 batter. Here comes Eric Colasso.
Kreller with that big loop and curveball right there, keeping the hitter off balance, able to get the pop up. James McCulley doing a good job, as that's always going to be the shortstop's ball in that little triangle right there. James McCulley doing a great job maneuvering over there and getting the out.
So here comes Colasso. Still a runner on second base now with 1 out. This one hit pretty well the other way. O'Malley going back, giving chase. Running, goes up. It's off the wall. 1 run is going to score. O'Malley's going to get it quickly in. No play at the plate. And a couple of doubles here in the away half of the 7th. Now has Dennison back up by 5 by a score of 8-3.
Good piece of hitting right there from Colasso. Going the other way, hitting it off the wall at right field for the double to score a run. Trading places with Sundgren as they extend their lead to 5, making it 8-3.
8-3 ball game, and now here comes Noah Lieb. Lieb, the power bat for a lefty versus lefty matchup. Curveball got the outside corner for strike 1.
Look to see Colasso on the move here, possibly with Kreller and his loopy curveball. If they think that they're going to get a curveball or a breaking pitch at any point with Colasso's speed, they may try to move him over at third base.
0-1, Kreller comes to the plate. Another curveball. This time breaks outside, and it's 1-1. One ball and 1 strike on Noah Lieb. Top of the 7th, 8-3 the score. In favor of Denison, the number 2 team in the country. Runner goes, pitch outside, the throw down, no chance to get Colasso with the speed of Colasso and the velocity of that curveball, and the count will go to 2-1 as it missed outside.
Yeah, just not really much of a chance there for Parker Griskovich. as the infield now will be playing in. So if you're Lieb, you're looking to drive a ball hard in the air for a sac fly or maybe find a hole out in the outfield. Queller looking to get a pop-up or a strikeout.
2-1. Rolled over down the first base line, foul. And it's 2-2.
Maybe generate a ground ball as well at one of your infielders. Prevent that run from scoring. But Colosso getting over the third opens things up for Lieb to get a sac fly RBI here.
2-2. Pitch, fly ball, shallow center field. Seibert sprinting in. He's not going to get there. Runner's going to go from third. He's going to score. The outfield was playing way back, and it was too far of a run for Ben Seibert to trek his way in. As it will drop into center field for a hit. It's a one-out RBI single, and Dennison has opened up their largest lead of the game. It's up to 6.
Yeah, unfortunate right there in no man's land. Obviously with the outfield playing deep against the hitter like Lieb. Ball just drops right in front and scores another run here in the top of the 7th.
Here comes Jake Welsh with Lieb standing off first base. Welsh goes the other way, out into the alley, and this could be damage. It's off the wall. Taking a turn, here comes Lieb. Lieb will put on the brakes as the throw to the plate would have beaten him. But a double there off the bat at Jake Welsh off the right center field wall, and now there's runners at second and third with just one out. And a huge opportunity for Dennison to blow this one open.
Good piece of hitting right there from Welsh with the double off the right center field fence as Coach McGee will come out. And with the righty coming up, assume he would go to the righty Tommy Anthony out in the pen, as he will, as that will do it for Justin Kreller's day. And Tommy Anthony will come in to relieve him.
Tiger call to the bullpen. Dennison has a couple of runs in the 7th, and they have a chance at some more. 6-run game. We'll be back at Tiger Sports Network. Tommy Anthony will take over on the mound. Tommy Anthony, through 9 innings this season, he's making his 6th appearance, a 5 ERA. An opponent's batting average against him of just 200. He'll have to work himself out of a pickle. With 2 on and 1 out and both runners in scoring position, the infield is in. Anthony's fastball got the inner third of the plate for strike 1. As Colin Raven will stand into the batter's box, and we'll see Owen Wilson in the on-deck circle.
Tommy Anthony, the freshman pitcher from Canada, has had a very good freshman campaign so far.
Pitch from Anthony, fastball paints the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
Great job right here, getting ahead in the count, 0-2. See if he can now finish the at-bat.
No balls and 2 strikes as Anthony stands tall on the rubber. Here is the 0-2. Breaking ball found back. Well, it'll stay a 0-2 count.
Good little breaking ball right there. Good job by Raven to stay alive and foul that pitch off.
No balls and 2 strikes. Anthony on the mound. Kicks, steals, delivers, fouled back. We're due the 0-2 again. Dennison has opened this one up to their largest lead of the game. They lead by 6, 9-3 the score. 13 hits in this game. A couple of doubles in this inning as well. Here is the 0-2 by Anthony. Fouled back. We're due it again.
Great job by Raven just fouling it off, staying alive on a tough pitch, up and in. Still way ahead if you're Tommy Anthony here.
No balls and 2 strikes. Anthony comes set on the rubber. 2 on, 1 out. Anthony to the plate. Looked like a slider that missed just outside, and it's now 1-2.
Good 0-2 pitch right there. Slider out of the zone, either going to swing and miss, or just a take, and you're still ahead 1-2.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Set, comes to the plate. Found back and out of play.
Biggest lead of the day for either team in this one, as we had a 7-9 ball game in game number 1, or 7-10 ball game.
1-2. Fastball misses just a bit downstairs, and it's 2-2. Griskovich wanted the call.
That's a pitch right there. If you're Wittenberg, you're just definitely going to want that call. Unfortunately, did not get it.
Just a tad low, and it's 2-2. Raven certainly working the count here on Tommy Anthony. The first batter he's faced, Anthony will step off. 2-2. Good at bat here by Colin Raven. Pitch outside, 3-2 on the senior.
Very good at bat here from Raven, working the count back to 3-2. Anthony just haven't been able to find that put-away pitch. Raven's been able to foul them all off.
3-2. Here's the pitch from Anthony. Fouled back again. We're due it again. This at-bat has been well into double-digit amount of pitches. They have worked Tommy Anthony here in his first batter he's faced. 3-2, 2 on, 1 out. Anthony kicks, steals to the plate. Outside, ball 4. And a great at-bat by the senior by Colin Raven. He's walked, he'll load the bases with 1 away in the inning, with Owen Wilson coming to the dish.
If you're Tommy Anthony and the Wittenberg Tigers, you really wish you would have got that call on that apparently low fastball. Unfortunate, but now you got your middle infield playing back. Corners might be going home, depending on where the ball takes them. But hopefully you can get a double play right here on a ground ball, and it doesn't come back to bite you anyways.
Anthony will stand in. First pitch. Dribbled foul, and it's 0-1. Wittenberg coming into this one on a 12-game winning streak. They won earlier today against Dennison by a score of 10-7. That winning streak in the sweep on the line here in the top of the 7th with the bases loaded and 1 out in a 9-3 game. Anthony to the plate. Nice breaking ball there. Curveball got the bottom half of the zone. Quickly ahead, 0-2.
Tommy Anthony doing a great job again, getting ahead 0-2. Now we're just looking for that put-away pitch here instead of allowing another long at-bat.
No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Anthony fouled back out of play, and I've seen this story before. Same exact situation that happened of Raven.
Hey, just sometimes guys are just going to keep on fouling off pitches. And we talked about this Dennison team is a team who does not strike out a lot. Very low strikeout rate, as if you look at their team as a whole, they have about 30 more walks and strikeouts on the year. So a very good team with 2 strikes.
0-2. Anthony kicks, steals to the plate. Fastball high, 1-2.
Or I might have said that backwards. 30 more walks and strikeouts if I said it backwards. But, again, just a team who's going to be able to work counts. Even when they're down to 2 strikes, they're able to work them and generate walks and get on base.
1-2. Anthony to the plate. On the ground, Nemunitis goes home with it, steps on the plate for one, and they get the fielder's choice and the out at the plate. For round number 2, the bases will remain loaded, but Dennison without a run.
Nemunitis looked to be going hard home there no matter what. Would have liked to see with the ball to his left a little bit, maybe him go to second and try to turn a double play, but regardless, good job, good play right there to get that lead runner at home and not allow that run to score.
Here comes Caden Nowick. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Force at any base. Curveball breaks right down Broadway for strike 1. 0-1. Dennison with the bases loaded. To the plate, Anthony fouled back. And it's quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
Another 0-2 count for Tommy Anthony. Good job getting ahead the counts in each at-bat.
No balls and 2 strikes. Dennison 2 for 8 today with 2 outs. Pitch, breaking ball, just missed upstairs. Dennison also 8 for 24 with runners on. And with runners in scoring position, they are 5 of 18. That is absolutely wild. They have taken 18 at-bats with runners on scoring position compared to Wittenberg's 4 in this game. Fly ball out to right field. O'Malley giving chase. O'Malley drifting into foul ground will make the grab, and the damage is limited. But damage is still done. It's stretch time. Dennison gets 2. It's 9-3. We're into the bottom of the 7th. Tigers, they got some catching up to do. Parker Griskovich will get things going, followed by James McCulley, and then back to the top of the order. The Wittenberg Tigers desperately needing to get some runs. They trail by 6 and time running low as we're in the bottom of the 7th. Griskovich will stand into the batter's box. Only 5 hits today on the scoreboard for the Tigers. Through 5 innings. It has not been a very, very kind game for the Tigers, unlike the first game at least, where they ended up winning 10-7, put up, I believe, 13 hits. Either way, it was around a dozen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Griskovich found the first one back, missed outside on the second one. Here is the 1 ball, 1 strike. Griskovich goes the other way with it. Right field, giving chase, looking back. It's off of his glove. It was in fair territory. Griskovich takes a turn. He's heading to second. It's a lead-off double for Parker Griskovich. A long run by the right fielder. Jake Welsh just couldn't get there in time, and it bounced off the tip of his glove. A leadoff double there, hit number 6 for the Tigers, and here comes James McCauley.
Yeah, long run right there for Welsh. Just wasn't able to come down with it, as the Tigers will take it as Parker Riska gets another double to his total. And James McCulley now comes up with a chance to bring him in.
Big opportunity now for the Tigers after that leadoff double. We'll see if James McCulley can keep it going. McCulley, fly ball, shallow right field. Right fielder this time, Welsh, will come on. He'll make the grab for out number one. Nobody warming up in Dennison's bullpen. Reddick, 91 pitches in this game. Through now 6 1/3. Back to the top of the order, here's Ben Seibert.
And that's always just a feel thing, right? A lot of the times, like the magic number that people think of is 100, but there's guys who are able to go into the 110s, right? So if Reddick feels good and they trust him, they might allow him to keep going.
Seibert turns on one, drills this one left field. Left fielder looking up at the wall. It's gone! Ben Seibert, his second home run of the day. And it is a big two-run, big shot off the bat of the center fielder, Ben Seibert. Tigers draw within closer. It's a two-run bomb, 9-5. Still some work to be done.
Ben Seibert with his second of the day, like you said, cutting into that lead, getting those 2 runs back that they gave up in the top of the 7th, making it a 4-run game. And you'll now see some action going on in the Dennison bullpen. The big guy that we haven't seen yet is their main closer and a guy who starts for them as well during the midweeks, George Vierbrock. George Vierbrock is now going to be warming up in the bullpen as the pitching coach will come out to give Vierbrock some time to warm up out there. I think they'll still go with Redding right here for a little bit. But Ben Seibert with another home run on the day, his third of the year, I believe, and I believe that is the 36th home run for the Tigers this year, which breaks the all-time program record for home runs in a season by a team. So congrats to this 2024 Wittenberg Tigers offense with 36 home runs and counting, with plenty of games left to go in this season.
Tigers get 2 off the 2-run home run by Ben Seibert, his second of the day. And Luke Thomas will stand in with 1 away in the bottom of the 7th in a 4-run game.
And we talked about at the beginning of Game 1, before Game 1 started, the difference between these two teams, right? Dennison, a team who only had 14 home runs coming into the day. I believe they're at 15 now, right? And now the Tigers, who have 36 home runs on the year, right? The long ball, and there's games where you're not really producing runs at the rate that you would like, can give you a little bit of free passes, right? That's the 3rd home run of this game for the Tigers, right? And you had 2 solo, and that was a 2-run home run right there. So that's 4 runs generated off of home runs alone. So the Tigers are still rolling, and you know this offense can explode at any time.
Thomas will stand into the box, fouls it back. It's now 1-1 on the second baseman, Luke Thomas. Reddick kicks, deals, delivers outside, 2-1. Those 2 runs that were given up at the top half of the inning certainly could come back to haunt the Tigers. 2-1 on Thomas. Thomas elevated fastball, swung right through it, and it's 2-2. Bottom of the 7th, 9-5. Dennison, the number 2 team in the entire nation, leads the Tigers. Tigers took game 1 up the middle into center field. It's a base hit.
Luke Thomas with the second hit of the day for him. Great job by Luke Thomas keeping this inning going. And now Rock Royer comes up, and you have the middle of the order coming up. They're looking down to the bullpen over there. Vierbrock giving the sign that he is ready to go whenever they want to.
And they will now.
And Coach Deegan will come on out, as that will do it for Reddick, who had a great day. The only thing that really came back to bite him was the long ball. The 3 home runs generating 4 runs. He gave up 5 earned runs today. Without the long ball, obviously a very good game. Still was a very good game for Reddick here today, as he's put Dennison in a position here to win and is in line for the win if they were to complete this game and keep the lead all the way to the end.
They're going to turn it over to George Vierbrock. It's a big red call to the bullpen. We'll be back on the Tigers Sports Network, powered by TKDS. George Vibrock will take over on the mound for Dennison. A 2.79 ERA through 38 2/3 of an inning, making his 16th appearance of the season. Opponent's batting average 257, and you and I were talking at the break, and you pointed out through 38 2/3 of an inning, only 4 walks on the stat line.
Yeah, Vibrock is just a guy who commands the strike zone. Obviously, only 4 walks in 38 2/3 inning is remarkable. This is a guy who starts for them during the midweeks and then closes for them on the weekends. A top arm in the conference, regardless of starter and or bullpen. Very good arm here for the Denison Big Red.
Rocco Royer will look at a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. 0-1 now on Royer. Thomas gets his lead off first. The pitch to Royer. Way late, fouls it off down the right field line, and it's 0-2.
In his career, he has had 56 appearances, has thrown 125 innings pitched so far, and then this year, 47 strikeouts in 38 2/3 as well, so a very good ratio right there. 13 saves in his career, so this is a top arm that we're going to see, another really good arm for the Denison Big Red.
No balls and 2 strikes here on Rocco Royer. The pitch. Royer takes it the other way into right field, and it's going to drop. It's going to bounce all the way to the track. Waving around Thomas. Thomas is going to be held up at third. Rocco Royer cruises into second base. It is a 1-out double. And here comes Connor O'Malley as the clawing Tigers trying to claw their way back.
The only thing you could possibly say about Vibrock, right, is that he can be hittable at times, right? His batting average against in his career is around 260, which isn't high by any means, right? But it's not as low as some of the guys that we've seen on this Denison team, right? So if the Tigers can put together good at-bats and find some barrels, they can very well put together some good hits and runs here. As you got 2 guys in score position now with Connor O'Malley coming up to the plate.
And here comes Connor O'Malley. Fastball left inside. Connor O'Malley hit a home run back in the second inning of this game. 1-0 on O'Malley. High and out, and it's 2-0 on O'Malley.
Vibrock this season has a 2.79 ERA, like you said. Last season, he was third-team All-NCAC, and then he also won the NCAC Tournament Player of the Year, the MVP of the tournament, which is hard to do as a pitcher, which shows you the value that this guy has as he pitches in a lot of ball games. He pitched, I believe, in 3 of the 4 games for them that tournament.
2-1 now on Connor O'Malley. Vibrock comes set, trying to work with as much tempo as he can out of the stretch. And the dirt, 3-1. Alex Demunitis stands in the on-deck circle as the tying run.
Vibrock is a guy who doesn't walk a lot of guys, so if you're O'Malley, you have to expect a pitch in the zone here looking to attack and generate another run.
3-1, Vibrock comes set, comes to the plate. O'Malley flies this one out into right center field. Deep enough, center fielder Sundgren will make the play. Here comes the throw, and the throw cut off by the first baseman. Thomas will score. Rocco Royer will retreat back to second base. It's a sacrifice fly as Connor O'Malley has it back within 3 with Alex Demunitis standing in.
Great job by Connor O'Malley getting the sac fly. Just even missed that one a little bit. That's a pitch that he probably wants to hit over the fence if you're asking him. But regardless, doing a very good job with the right approach, hitting a ball hard in the air to score Lou Thomas from third base. As now we still have another guy in scoring position with Alex Demunitis coming up to the plate.
Demunitis will stand in with 2 outs. And a new count for Vibrock. Swing and a miss late on the fastball, and it's 0-1.
Vibrock is a guy who generates really good spin, stays behind the fastball really well. So you'll see swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone as well.
9-6 the score. Demunitis popped him up. Drifting back, catcher giving chase. We'll get there. We'll make the play. A great play by the senior Colin Raven.
Huge play right there from Raven, right? Being able to get that out and not even allowing Demunitis to see another pitch and give him another chance. That's a huge play right there to stop the bleeding, but the Tigers do what they can to make this score a 3-run game now.
9-6, we're heading to the 8th. Tigers trying to claw their way back. The clawing Tigers looking to strike again. We'll be back on the Tigers Sports Network powered by TKDS. 9-1-2 due up here for Big Red of Dennison. Top of the 8th, 9-6 as the Tigers cut the deficit in half. And first pitch got away from Anthony, plunks Alex Vasquez, who's been a ball magnet today. And we'll move on now to the top of the order to Sundgren.
I was just about to say, we know the importance of flipping the order from bottom to top, and you want to do whatever you can to not let that bottom of the order guy get on with the top of the order following. Unfortunately, he plunks him on the first pitch of the inning, but now Tommy Anthony has to work himself out of a jam right here with the top of the order coming up with a guy on base.
Anthony on the mound. First pitch swinging is Sundgren. Pops this one up out into foul ground. Giving chase is Nemunitis and just couldn't get there in time. Gave some good effort. Nemunitis just a tad late getting there, and it's 0-1 on Sundgren. And Sundgren, he has been a force to be reckoned with all day long, both in Game 1 and now in Game 2.
I don't even know if he has the hits in these two games to show for how good he's been, but he's been barreling the ball up all day. Has had himself a very good day here for the Denison Big Red.
He hit that double, first pitch he saw against Justin Kreller back in the 7th, and then later came across and scored.
Out in the Wittenberg bullpen, they got a couple guys, a righty and a lefty warming up. You have Charlie Schaefer, who you guys saw in game number 1, along with Gavin Lones, another freshman left-handed pitcher out there warming up.
0-1, the pitch to Anthony. Dribbler back to Anthony. Anthony goes to McCauley for 1, throws across the diamond, double play!
Huge right there by Tommy Anthony. Got Sundgren to check swing right there on a pitch that he was unsure of. And a great PFP right there by Tommy Anthony, getting a good feed to James McCauley, who finishes it off with the turn for the big double play. And now you got 2 outs with nobody on base after letting the leadoff guy on for free.
A 1-6-3 double play. All started with Anthony. And that'll bring up Eric Colasso. I beg your pardon, this is Jack Ludy. Colasso stands in the on-deck circle. It's Jack Ludy. Looks at a fastball on the outside corner, followed up with a fastball. Jammed him, popped up, shallow right, left center field. Coming on to make the play will be Rocco Royer. And the Tigers with a quick top half of the 8th. They need some runs. They trail by 3. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. 9-6, Dennison leads. Six, 7, 8. We're starting with Xander Rodriguez. Tigers have put up 4 runs in the last 2 innings. They have clawed their way all the way back to a 3-run game. You're in the bottom of the 8th. Xander Rodriguez will get things going. In a 9-6 ball game, lefty versus lefty matchup, as George Vibrock will stay out on the rubber for Denison. First pitch for Vibrock. And an icebreaker that looked like possibly a slider that was able to cut across into the middle of the zone for strike 1 against Xander Rodriguez. Here is the 0-1 to Rodriguez, way outside, 1-1.
Xander looks comfortable up in the box, saw now the slider and the fastball. See if he is now sitting a certain pitch and is able to take advantage of it.
1-1 on Xander Rodriguez. Here's the pitch. Got the outside corner, and it's 1-2.
Good fastball painted on the outer half right there, right on the black. Xander just takes it right there. Lives to see another pitch.
1-2 on Xander Rodriguez. Here is the pitch from Vibrock. Rodriguez just flares this one foul.
Great job by Xander Rodriguez staying alive, doing whatever he can just to flick that one out of here.
1-2 on Rodriguez. Tigers needing a big inning. They need the leadoff man on with Matt Moore in the on-deck circle. 1-2. Hit the other way. Base hit over the third baseman's head. Rodriguez with a leadoff single. It could be a good thing for the Tigers with Matt Moore coming to the dish.
That's the approach of the freshman Xander Rodriguez. He took that second strike, right, that second fastball strike, and you're probably thinking in your head like, why take the fastball for a strike? Didn't like the pitch. It was a great pitch by the pitcher. He trusts his ability to hit with 2 strikes, and he does just that right there, hitting a single backside.
Here comes Matt Moore. Matt Moore stands in with Rodriguez at first. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. And on the DH, Matt Moore, Parker Griskovich stands in the on-deck circle as he'll represent the tying run.
Matt Moore's had himself a good day so far today. Let's see if he can continue that in this at-bat right here.
Big opportunity here for the Tigers. Vibrock to the plate. Found back out of play, 1-1.
Just missed that one, just a little bit under it.
One and one on Matt Moore. Bottom of the 8th. 9-6, Dennison leads. One on, nobody out. Pitch from Vibrock. Paints the outside corner with a fastball, 1-2.
Does such a good job commanding the zone right there. Just another fastball dotted on the black on the outside half. Tough pitch to do anything with. Matt Moore just takes it, looking to have the same approach. Not force a swing out of nothing you don't like.
1-2 on Moore. Here's the pitch from Vibrock. High, and it's 2-2. Vibrock looks like he tripped out there on the mound, and that might be why he left it high. 2-2. Rodriguez is lead off at first. Not a big one. Vibrock kicks, steals to the plate. In the dirt, we've gone full.
Good block right there by Raven, the senior, keeping it in front. Not allowing Xander to move up in scoring position with Matt Moore up to the plate.
Full count now on Matt Moore. Vibrock has only walked 4 batters this season through 39 2/3 of an inning. This one hit well out into left field, but smoked right at the left fielder. As Colosso's there to grab it for out number 1.
Just a little bit off the end for Matt Moore. Great at bat, great approach. Just right at the left fielder, Colosso. But if you're the Tigers, you have to be feeling good because obviously we talk about hitting's contagious, and a little bit of that is just the confidence of seeing your other teammates having good at-bats against a guy like Vibrock, right? So right now, Tigers should be feeling good, right? Parker is going to go up there with some confidence and hopefully get a hit to keep things going.
Here comes Griskovich with 1 on and 1 out against Vibrock. Curveball breaks in the dirt for ball 1.
Great breaker right there and a great hold from Parker Griskovich. You saw him getting ready to swing right there. A good hold on the good breaking pitch to get ahead in the count 1-0.
1-0 on Parker Griskovich. Vibrock comes set. Kicks, deals, delivers, outside, 2-0. Vibrock has only walked 4 batters this season.
So if you're Griskovich, you got to be expecting a strike. You got to expect a guy to command the zone right here.
Wittenberg's been able to work the counts quite a bit against them. 2-0. Pitch to Griskovich. Way outside, 3-0.
You saw Griskovich in game number 1 hit a 3-0 2-run homer. So obviously this might be a situation which he has the green light once again. We'll see if he's up there swinging or if he's playing it a little bit more conservative here.
3-0. The pitch. He is up there swinging late on the fastball, strike 1.
As we said, Griskovich is a confident hitter, and he had the 3-0 home run in the first game, right? So not afraid to swing 3-0 again.
Count goes 3-1. Here's the 3-1. That one's upstairs, and walk number 5 of the season for George Vibrock, and that'll bring up the tying run. It's James McCauley.
Yeah, as we said, a rare occurrence right there. And that could even be as little as, right, like we talk about like the mental side of things. You have a guy up there hacking at a 3-0 fastball, right? Maybe makes you think a little bit. I can't just throw him a fastball right down the middle here. As he's able to miss right there for, as you said, only the 5th walk of the season for Vibrock. As Coach McGee will call another offensive timeout right here to talk to James McCauley and the 2 guys on base.
We will also see number 6, that's Jalen Williams, come out of the dugout as well. And looks like he'll take the spot of Parker Griskovich to get some speed on the base paths.
Great day for Parker Griskovich in both games. Great at bat right there. As now number 6, Jalen Williams will come in to pinch run. Get good wheels over there.
So we'll see Rodriguez at second. We'll see Williams at first. And James McCauley, who represents the tying run. They're in the bottom of the 8th, 9-6, with 1 out.
James McCauley has 1 career home run, which came this season, this young sophomore. Obviously not going up there if you're James McCauley looking to hit a homer. But obviously looking to have a good approach and a nice line drive. Keep this inning going, maybe score Xander from second.
Here comes James McCauley. 2 on, 1 out. He's the tying run. Vibrock, fastball, dribbler out to shortstop. They go to second for 1. The relay is not in time. It gets by the first baseman. Rodriguez is going to score. McCauley's going to advance up to second base. The inning will continue. They had McCauley dead to rights, but Wilson made a bad throw. It's an error on Owen Wilson. I beg your pardon. It'll be an error on the second baseman. That's Alex Vasquez.
Yeah, just trying to be. He knew that McCauley is a good runner going down the line, as he actually is coming up limping a little bit, so don't know where that happened. But Vasquez knowing that he's a good runner going down the line, trying to be a little bit too quick with it, just spiked a little bit, and Lee just not able to pick that one. That was a tough pick, not a short hop or nothing. Had to try to make a play out of nothing. And because of it, the Tigers are able to score another run with Ben Seibert now coming up.
That was Vasquez who will be charged with the error, the first error of the day from either side, and a backdoor slider in there for strike 1. Ben Seibert has gone deep 2 times today. Can he do it for time number 3? He represents the tying run.
Seibert is looking to have a good line drive approach, bring in McCauley from second base.
Here's the pitch. Seibert swing and a miss. Elevated fastball, that's 0-2.
It's a good spot right there for the fastball, right at the top of the zone. As you saw, Ben Seibert's 2 homers were lower in the zone, so attacking with the fastball up.
No balls and 2 strikes on Seibert. Vibrock comes set. McCauley gets his lead off of second. The pitch, Seibert popped up, foul. We're to the 0-2 again. Tigers just not trying to get it all back here in the 8th, but just trying to make it manageable to come back in the 9th.
Good pitch right there from Vibrock. Fastball out off the plate, trying to get a swing and miss. See if he has a changeup maybe to go off of that tunnel or another pitch.
0-2 on Seibert. Inside, and it's 1-2.
Goes with the slider instead. Now, if you're Seibert, you're going up there. You've seen the fastball a couple of times. You've seen the slider. See if he can get a good pitch, get his timing down, and get another base hit.
1 ball and 2 strikes. With 2 outs and a runner on second. The pitch. And runs inside, gets Seibert right off the elbow. And Seibert in some visible pain.
Seibert's normally a guy who wears an elbow guard too. I don't know why he's not wearing it today, but that's not going to feel good. If you get it right in the right spot, it almost looks like, I'm not probably just misconstruing right here, but it almost looks like you'd see it puffing up from right here right now.
Seibert will stay in the game. He is in some visible discomfort though. He'll head down to first base. He's the tying run, and here comes the go-ahead run, Luke Thomas.
They call it the funny bone at times.
It's not so funny.
Nothing funny about that. There's nothing funny about getting a fastball off the elbow right there. But now, that a lefty-on-lefty matchup, Luke Thomas, who we've seen play very good in these games as well. Let's see if he can make something happen here.
Luke Thomas will stand in. He's the go-ahead run. He has not hit a home run this season. 0-0, first pitch, high and out. Ball 1.
uncharacteristic from V-Brock. A hit batter, walking McCauley. Let's see if he can dial back in and throw a strike. LT's going to be aggressive on the pitch in the zone.
2 on with 2 out. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Thomas popped him up. Shortstop carries under it. Makes the grab. Out number 3. Side is retired. Tigers get 1. We're going to the 9th. 9-7. Tigers need a scoreless top half of the 9th to try to tie or win it in the bottom half. You're watching Tiger Sports Network powered by TKDS. Charlie Schaefer on the mound for the Tigers here in the 9th. We'll see Rocco Royer switch and put the gear on. He'll head behind the plate.
And Cameron Gladden, number 1, the freshman, will be out in left field as Rocco moves from left field to catcher. As Parker Christopher got pinch ran for, so that's why these changes were made. And then Charlie Schaefer, who we saw in game number 1, is now hitting again for game number 2 to face 3, 4, 5, starting with Colasso.
Fastball got the upper half of the zone for strike 1. We're in the 9th, 9-7. Dennison leads. Wittenberg took game 1 by a score of 10-7. Here's the pitch outside, and it's 1-1. In that game, Wittenberg led 9-7 before in the bottom of the 8th. Their last time batting, they were able to get an insurance run to make it 10-7. Erie, it's pretty similar situations. Schaefer misses high with a curveball, 2-1.
Schaefer now down 2-1 against a good hitter right in Colasso. Want to make sure you can execute a pitch right here. Don't fall down to 3-1.
2 balls and 1 strike. Schaefer to the plate. Curveball left just a tad high, and it's now 3-1.
Just a bit too high right there. If you're Charlie, you don't give in now and give him a too good pitch of a hit. You get what I mean.
3-1. Fastball upstairs. Ball 4, take your base. Colasso reaches.
Colasso now reaches, and we know the speed threat that he is. A guy with 98 career stolen bases, 28 this season alone. So Charlie Schaefer is a guy who's pretty good at holding on runners. Let's see if you see a couple pick moves over there. Try to prevent anything like that from happening. As now Noah Lieb, the power-hitting first baseman, comes up to the dish.
Lieb will foul it back to the backstop for strike number 1. Again, the Tigers will be back in action tomorrow on the road against Adrian. Then they're back home for their home finale coming up on Tuesday. Hard to believe we're already at that point of the season.
Yeah.
Last home game will be on Tuesday against DePaul and a doubleheader.
Out in the Tigers bullpen, you have left-handed pitcher Gavin Lones, the freshman, going out there. And then Joe Horosco's out there as well if he needs to get hot at any point.
1-1. Schaefer comes to the plate. Hit pretty well. Out into left center field. Seibert going back, giving chase at the track, hauls it in. Seibert had to run a long way to get there. He does. Kills it out in the alley for out number 1.
Great.
And we're continuing on with Jake Welsh.
Great play right there from Ben Seibert. Roman right under that one easy. You've seen now Ben Seibert at the beginning of the season had some struggles out in center field. Had a couple of errors, some drop fly balls. It's his first season out in center field, and he's really made himself a good center fielder now at this point of the season.
Certainly has adjusted to the center field position. It took him a little bit of time, but with how versatile he has been as a player, Wittenberg showing the utmost confidence in him, knowing that it would take a little bit of time, but wanting to get him situated and acclimated in center field for situations like this. Top of the 9th against Dennison, the number 2 team in the country. No balls and 1 strike. Schaefer to the plate. This one blasted into left field. Gladden going back. Gladden reaches up. It's off the wall. Gladden couldn't track it down. He's going to quickly get it back into McCauley. Overthrew McCauley. Thomas is there for the double cut. It's a 1-out double. Runners now on second and third, as that ball was blasted by Jake Welsh. That'll bring up Raven.
Just a breaker that he left up in the zone right there. Great piece of hitting right there from Welsh, and now you have 2 guys in scoring position if you're Dennison. Could be 2 very big insurance runs if you're Dennison. Charlie Schaefer now looking to do whatever he can to prevent that from happening.
Makes you wonder if Wittenberg may try to put Raven on base, who's had a hot bat in this game, to get the force at the plate or the double play up the middle. Infield is in for the Tigers. They will pitch to him. Fastball down the middle for strike 1.
Just trusting their guy in Schaefer, trusting that they think that they like this matchup right here with the righty up. You might see him throw a couple more breakers here, as you don't want to give him anything too good to hit. And with the free pass, with the free base, you're not afraid to walk him.
0-1. Breaker outside. 1-1. Gavin Lona is warming up in the pen for the Tigers.
Owen Wilson stands on deck, the senior shortstop.
1 ball and 1 strike. 2 on, both of them in scoring position with 1 out. 9-7 the score. Dennison leads, looking for some insurance. Fastball outside, and it's 2-1. Tigers left 2 on base, and the tying run at first base in the bottom of the 8th. This was a 9-3 game. They've clawed their way back. Breaking ball, missed.
Wow.
Must have crossed just a tad high or inside. Fans starting to get restless here at Carlton-Davidson Stadium.
In a 3-1 count now, I would be surprised. Yeah, you're probably going to see him put him on for free.
And it's 3-1.
As I've
And the umpire will step off.
Yeah, just Coach McGee and the Wittenberg team, the staff, not happy with that call. The fans, man, it's a call that you really want if you're the Wittenberg Tigers. Be surprised. I mean, they're going to throw to him here. Surprised to see him not give him on with a 3-1 count, but
3-1. Another breaker. This one lifted into center field, charging in, making the play, tagging up from third. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off by Rodriguez. It's a sacrifice fly to make it a 10-7 ball game. And Rodriguez is going to check back to third, wanting to see if he checked.
And he did
not
early.
tag up, and he didn't.
He left early.
Tigers get the double play. Tigers get the much-needed double play. Here comes manager Mike Deegan out to talk to the home plate umpire. He is infuriated.
Wow, they do call him for leaving early. Colasso, they say just left a little bit too early. And
Xander Rodriguez called that, said, hey, check back to 3. They threw it back to 3, and he was out. The run will not count.
as that big insurance run does not come across the score, And now the Tigers only need 2 runs to tie this thing up, and they've been scoring the last couple of innings. And you got middle of the order coming up. You got 3, 4, 5 coming up for the Tigers. Let's see what can happen. We got some NCAC magic going on. Big ball game right here coming up in the bottom of the 9th.
The clawing Tigers trying to make their comeback. Cannot believe he did not tie up. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. He left early. Colosso left early. Tigers with life, 9-7. We're going to the bottom of the 9th here on the Tigers Sports Network, powered by TKDS. Three, 4, 5 coming out of the plate for the Tigers. Tigers won game 1, 10-7. They trail 9-7 in the bottom of the 9th. Tigers looking for the comeback. The comeback kids trying to strike again. Rocco Royer will get things going, followed by Connor O'Malley and Alex Nemunitis. George Vibrock still on the bump for Dennison. Here's the pitch. Fastball down the middle for strike 1 to Rocco Royer. Tigers will need 2 to keep it going. They need 3 for the win.
Vibrock is a guy who I said has plenty of saves in his career. Has another opportunity for one here.
Here is the pitch. Royer will foul him back out of play. 0-2. Tigers are 12-game winning streak on the line as they trail by 2 in the 9th.
Royer now looking to get a base hit with 2 strikes, which he's done earlier today.
0-2. Vibrock on the mound, comes to the plate, inside, 1-2.
Ump has not given that high and in strike for both sides so far, so staying consistent on that call.
1-2 on Rocco Royer. Vibrock comes set, only works out of the stretch. The pitch, dribbler down to third. On the hop, throws over the diamond to first. And leadoff man is set down. Here comes Connor O'Malley.
Good pitch right there by Vibrock to get the ground ball right there. Good play, getting the big hop by Nowick. Now O'Malley looks to get things started with 1 out. Lefty on lefty matchup right here.
Connor O'Malley went yard earlier in this game. An RBI back in the 3rd as well. And a big opportunity for Connor O'Malley. Nobody on, 1 out, 2-run game. Here's the pitch from Vibrock. Front door breaker across the plate just inside, and it's 1-0. One ball and no strikes. Vibrock on the mound, comes set. Here's the 1-0, the pitch. Down low, got the bottom corner. It's 1-1.
He's not giving that high and in strike, but he's giving that low and in strike today, so evens the count now at 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike here on O'Malley. O'Malley looks at a fastball, paints the outside corner, 1-2.
Just a really good pitch right there from Vibrock. As you said, painted on the outside black.
1-2 on Connor O'Malley. Vibrock comes set. 1-2 with 1 out. The pitch to O'Malley. Misses just a bit. Well, if I'm being frank, I don't know where that one missed.
He's saying high and in again. Obviously, maybe being a little too consistent because these are close calls, but we'll take it. 2-2 count now.
2-2 on O'Malley. With 1 away, the pitch to O'Malley. Fouls it off, we're to the 2-2 again.
He doesn't seem to be giving the front door breakers for both sides, at least in this game. It just happens to be that 4 of them just happen to be in this last last inning combined right here. So
No, you could ask for an umpire as to call it even for both teams, and he certainly has done that today. He has kept it consistent for both teams. 2-2, hit on the ground.
tough play.
Shortstop gonna glove it, throws across the diamond at first. He's safe. It's an infield single for Connor O'Malley. And here comes Alex Nemunitis, I beg your pardon, I jumped ahead. Alex Nemunitis will stand in representing the tying run.
The big boy, Connor O'Malley, the four-hitter. We talked about how good of an athlete and defender he is in the outfield. Just a good athlete as well. See him moving down the line just quick enough to beat out that throw by Wilson across the diamond and get the leadoff, get the first runner on base with one out, and a power threat in Alex Nemunitis.
Here comes Alex Nemunitis. Nemunitis, fastball inside.
When we talk about some guys that you want to see in moments like this, it's guys like Connor O'Malley who got the first run of the first batter of the inning on base, and then you got a guy who has as many RBIs as Xander Rodriguez and Alex Nemunitis coming up to follow.
Inside, it's 2-0 now on Alex Nemunitis. O'Malley at first. Nemunitis stands in the batter's box representing the tying run. Tied for first on the team when it comes to home runs with Xander Rodriguez with 6. Boy, what a great, I don't think there'd be a better time to get number 7. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Got the inside corner, 2-1.
And there it is. So you got he's given the low and inside call, right? The front door breakers is one that he hasn't really given to either side, but that pitch right there he has given.
2-1 here on Alex Nemunitis. The pitch, Nemunitis lines this one foul. 2-2.
Good pitch right there from Vibrock. Doubling back with the low and in fastball right there. We've seen Nemunitis and Xander Rodriguez this season so far come up with clutch moments. Let's see if they can make something happen here again with these two back-to-back in the lineup.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Alex Nemunitis. Here's the pitch. Nemunitis flies this one back and foul.
You got to love yourself some good baseball. We've had that here today. The 2 top teams in the NCAC, the 2 projected top teams, the 2 teams in the conference tournament championship last season, and a nail-biter right here in the bottom of the 9th.
2-2 on Nemunitis, who is the tying run. Nemunitis fouls it back and out of play. We're doing the 2-2 again. Dennison, the number 2 team in the nation. Wittenberg beat them once here today, going for the sweep in game 2. Can really break open with the NCAC lead with a win in this one. 2-2 on Nemunitis. The pitch, Nemunitis jammed him, popped him up.
Great spot right there from Vibrock to get the second out of the inning. Perfect spot. Fastball in on the hands. Alex Nemunitis just not able to get his hands in on it, and he gets popped up to Owen Wilson at short.
Here comes Xander Rodriguez. Tigers down to their final out. Rodriguez, the tying run.
Rodriguez has had plenty of clutch moments this season in his freshman campaign. Against OWU in a conference game, he hit a go-ahead 2-run homer in the 9th inning, scoring Alex Nemunitis and himself. Against Hiram, he hit a grand slam to break open a game in the 9th inning as well, I believe. 10th inning, or it might have been also. Chase Burton looks like he will be the pinch runner for Connor O'Malley. Get some speed over there on first base as Connor O'Malley's day looks to be done. And then also Xander Rodriguez had a go-ahead single against Wabash in conference play to take a lead. So plenty of clutch moments for Xander Rodriguez so far in his young career. Does he have another one in him right here, right now?
Here comes Xander Rodriguez. He represents the tying run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Burton gets his lead off of first base, going up against George Vibrock. Here's the pitch to the freshman. Got the outside corner for strike 1.
Good pitch right there on the outer half, right on the black.
0-1 here on Xander Rodriguez. Vibrock on the mound, comes to the plate. Dribbler up the middle and gets through. It's into center field. Burton takes a turn. He's headed for third. Rodriguez stays at first. Life will continue. Runners are on the corners. The tying run stands on second. Here comes the winning run to the plate in Matt Moore.
No hesitation there by the freshman Chase Burton as well, going first to third, showing off that speed. Great job to get to third base. Now Matt Moore in a situation that you dream about. The winning run coming up to the plate, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. As there will be time called, the pitching coach will go out there to talk to V-Brock. But man, you can't beat this. You really cannot.
Matt Moore will come to the batter's box representing the winning run. The tying run, Rodriguez stands at first. Now here's the question for you, Dylan. Does Wittenberg get aggressive and try to get Rodriguez, who does have some decent speed, into scoring position?
No, absolutely not. Just because you got to trust your hitter up. You're not going to win the game from a stolen base. You're going to win the game from Matt Moore or whoever, and Thatcher Dietz, who looks to be on deck. You're going to win the game swinging the bat, right? So that's the key here. You do not want to just give them a free out. Oh, it looks like they're actually going to go Thatcher Dietz to pinch run.
So Dietz will pinch run for Xander Rodriguez. That puts some extra speed on the base pass now as well.
But now, if you're, obviously for Thatcher, his whole mindset has to be, obviously, 2 outs, ball hit, you're moving on contact, right? Ball hit in the gap, you have to be scoring first to home, right? Matt Moore, obviously, it comes down to hitting. You don't want to run to a free out with a lefty, a good catcher, right? A good defensive team. No need to risk it. It comes down to your 5th-year senior, Matt Moore, here at the plate.
Matt Moore, the 5th-year senior, stands in, representing the winning run. Tying run stands at first. Moore delivers one out to right center field. It's going to drop. 1 run's going to score. There goes Dietz. Dietz is going to advance on up to third, and the tying run stands 90 feet away. Matt Moore stands at first base, representing the winning run. 9-8, the Tigers clawing their way back with 2 outs.
As we said, it's going to come down to hitting, and now coming in to hit, the pinch hit for Cam Gladden, who is in left field because he came in for Parker Griskovich, is number 16, sophomore Tommy Chalicki. Tommy Chalicki, we've talked about him plenty over this season. The ultimate utility guy, a guy who has pitched, a guy who has played second base, a guy who has led off in the order, hit 2, hit 4, 5, 6, has played left field in a game, played third base, has had big pinch hits, has another one right here, as now Ashton Newton will come into pinch run for Matt Moore after that big hit. Now it comes down to Tommy Chalicki to see if he can extend this game even longer.
2 outs. Here comes Tommy Chalicki. Chalicki, the pinch hitter, in for Cam Gladden. The winning run stands at first. The tying run stands at third with 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th against the number 2 team in the nation, Dennison Big Red. They're going to stay with George V-Brock. Here is the pitch to Chalicki outside, and it's 1-0 on Tommy Chalicki.
As we talked about, V-Brock is their guy out of the pen. This is their guy. He starts midweek games and he closes weekend games. This is their guy. They're going to do everything they can to trust this guy and let him finish this thing out himself.
1-0 now on Tommy Chalicki. Here's the pitch to Chalicki. It's high. It's 2-0. James McCauley stands in the on-deck circle.
If you're Tommy Chalicki now, you know he wants to attack you. Let's see if he's confident enough and trust himself enough to go out there and swing away right here on a pitch to hit.
Tying run at third. Winning run at first. Newton, the pinch runner, at first. Dietz stands at third. 2-0 with 2 outs. A pitch to Chalicki right down Broadway for strike 1.
Looks like he was just taken there, see a pitch for a strike, right? Now it's 2-1. You're still in the driver's seat if you're Chalicki. Still looking for a pitch to drive right here.
2 balls and 1 strike now on Tommy Chalicki. Comes set on the mound. Kick, steals, V-Brock to the plate, swing and a miss. Tigers down to their final strike.
Good swing right there. Good pitch by V-Brock. 2-2. Tying run at third base. Winning run over at first base.
2-2. Winning run at first. Tying run at third. Chalicki stands into the batter's box. V-Brock comes set. Kick, steals, the payoff. Strike 3. They got him looking. Chalicki thought it was inside. A backwards K. V-Brock slams the door, and the Tigers strand the tying run at third and the winning run at first. Game 2 will go to Dennison, and Wittenberg and Dennison will split the regular season series 1 apiece.
What a series. What a doubleheader here today. The 2 top teams coming into the season in the NCAC. 2 teams that you expect to come across each other in the NCAC tournament as well. just some great baseball. A 10-7 game and a 9-8 game that came down to the very last pitch. Wow, what a ball game. These are two teams that are very familiar with each other. And don't get done with it yet, folks, because they will see each other again later this season. I can guarantee you that.
Denison and Wittenberg will both split. Denison wins game 2, 9-8. Wittenberg won game 1, 10-7. Wittenberg, though, sets themselves in a good position with now DePaul coming to town on Tuesday to try to pull away with the NCAC number 1 seed and that regular season title. Now, still a lot of baseball to be played, but Wittenberg just winning one of these games against the number 2 team in the entire nation puts them in a good position to control their own destiny moving forward with DePaul and then Kenyon.
Absolutely. After this game, even after this game, Wittenberg still holds the number 1 seed alone right now, right? And right now, if we look at who can be battling for it in DePaul, who is 9-2 right now, they are playing Kenyon, and they're down 12-5 in the bottom of the 6th. So if they were to lose that game, they would be a whole game above Wittenberg would be against DePaul and against Denison, right? So they still have a chance to win the regular season conference tournament, the regular season conference championship, right? But that doesn't matter at the end of the day. You have the tournament as well, right? But if you're the Tigers, got to be happy with what you saw today. You increased your winning streak to 12, right? Lost that second one in a heartbreaker right there, right? But it came down to some little things, right? Some of the early bases given up early on in this game, little stuff like that, right? A 3-run inning in the 3rd inning for Denison, everything, little things like that, right? But it shows you, right, it's not just a fluke. This Wittenberg team is legit, and they are back rolling after that tough start. As you said, they started 9-12 to begin this year. Now they're up to 21-13, I believe, right? So they're rolling. They're right back where they want to be coming into the end of conference and then the conference tournament as well.
Not to mention, with this series here today, I can almost guarantee you that Wittenberg has turned some heads when it comes to all of the NCAA as well.
Oh, for sure. And in a game in which your starter, a guy like Austin Luther, who everyone knows how good Austin Luther has been for the Tigers over the years, in a game where he didn't have it, right? He had to go out in the 2nd or 3rd inning very early to still have this game be 9-8 all the way to the end. This is a Wittenberg offense and a Wittenberg team who is very, very good. And you will have to mess with them coming in to the end of the tournament and maybe even regional time afterwards.
The Wittenberg Tigers, a successful day, although their 12-game winning streak will come to a close. Alongside Dylan Jackson, our producer, Mary, the entire TKDS Sports Network crew, the entire Tiger Sports Network crew, I'm Jackson Lycap. Thanks for joining us. Join us on Tuesday. Doubleheader action as DePaul comes to town. It'll be a Tiger versus Tiger matchup. And Dylan, I hate to say that that'll be our last broadcast with each other for the season.
Yeah, it is a shame, but
hard to believe we're already at this point.
Hey, hopefully not putting any words in anyone's mouths, but hopefully you get to hear us maybe a little bit later on in some sort of tournament format. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. But regardless, even if this is the last one coming up on Tuesday, it's been an absolute blast to cover the Tigers with you along this season.
Absolutely. Games time, I believe, on Tuesday is at 12 and 3, a doubleheader. So make sure to join us about 10 minutes before first pitch. But once again, with the entire Tiger Sports Network crew and TKDS Sports Network crew signing off from Carlton-Davidson Stadium. Tigers split the series against Dennison. With all that being said, good night.